All right, it's happening for real. Thank God, it's a wonderful, blessed Friday morning. A very big congratulations to all the well-meaningful Biafrans all over the world. Wherever you are as a Biafran, start thanking yourself. Start celebrating because it's already done. One thing is to watch video, and another thing is to understand why the video is trending. By the end of this very video, you will understand what that is happening in Washington DC. Somebody have voluntarily represent the Biafrans. Someone so special, someone so political, a political figure have finally volunteered and stand for the Biafrans in Washington DC. As I'm speaking to you, the Congressional Center have started briefing hearing about the Biafrans. Please, I'm urging you to just sit and comport yourself, because in this very video, you are going to see why the people that despise against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the people who castigated him, have come out and start apologizing for their bad utterances against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So, in this very video, you are going to witness how our own dear brother P2B abusing, trying to become the Nigeria next president, which is just there wasting his time because Nigeria have collapsed. It is either Biafra or nothing. Biafrans, rejoice. It's done. The mission is done.
Thank you. Chairman Smith, Chairman McGovern, honorable members, thank you for the opportunity to testify. Just under 1 year ago, I testified here about human rights in Turkey. I'm not going to repeat that testimony. Unfortunately, there's so much new to discuss. I'm reminded of the old Soviet joke about an optimist and a pessimist. The Soviet pessimist complains about how bad everything is. War, environment, economy, health. The Soviet optimist shakes his head and said, don't complain. Things could always get worse. Sanction Kemal Kılıçdaroğlu if he does not recuse himself. Representative Smith, to underscore the importance of freedom and of speech and discourse, you had mentioned what had happened at Sheridan Circle. The United States, Washington, D.C., should install a plaque on Sheridan Circle commemorating the illicit attack on peaceful protesters in 2017. Second, genocide recognition matters for a simple reason. If the international community does not force states and groups to reject racist and genocidal ideologies, those ideologies persist. When regimes nature them, the dangers grow exponentially. We've seen this with Hamas and radicalized Hutus and Nigerians attacking Biafrans. While Turkey blusters, it folds when others recognize genocide. We saw this with both the Biden administration's recognition of the Armenian genocide, and that of all 50 states and the District of Columbia. Those recognitions happened, and Turkey didn't do a damn thing. Just as Erdogan now seeks a say in Muslim holy sites in Jerusalem, and Jordan continues to assert some control there, so too should that model now apply to Greek and Armenian sites in Istanbul.
Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a clear example. In 2022, Nigeria's Court of Appeal struck down the charges against him and ordered his release. The UN Working Group on Arbitrary Detention has also called for his unconditional release. Yet he remains in solitary confinement, in deteriorating health, and recently had to represent himself in court. Nigeria has signaled that the law is optional and targeting Christians is fair game. Just hours ago this morning, despite the pleas and cries of the Nigerian people and many Nigerian lawmakers, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was convicted on all charges. For fiscal year 2025, the U.S. has requested nearly $8 billion for sub-Saharan Africa. But when Americans see political prisoners, judicial defiance, and the slaughter of Christians, they understandably ask as they meet their own struggles, why should our tax dollars support governments that refuse to protect their own people? Is our aid aiding a genocide? Nigeria is a nation of tremendous potential, but that potential is being choked out by violent persecution of its Christian population. No country can build a stable future where churches are burned, believers are killed, and communities live in fear.
Hey guys, I just got back home. Please listen to this.
Some of you do not understand what the Fulanis have in store for you. Very, very soon it is going to happen. And when it happens, your eyes will clear. And about whom you will see it very clearly. I was warning you. It is the spillover of their same, should I say, terror effects that we are feeling right across the South. That was why we said with the launch of ESN that we cannot allow that nonsense to continue. They know they are not going to make any headway in the East. They have turned their attention to the West. They are forcibly occupying their land and telling them that they cannot do anything about it. a whole presidency in a country openly and brazenly supporting terrorists. All of you watching and listening all over the world, you know that Miyetti Allah is a terrorist organization. You know that. They have killed. They have said that Benue State is theirs for the taking as a spoil of war. All of you are aware of it. You know what they are doing. Anywhere you have Fulani headsmen, terrorists for that matter, they tell you, oh, they are pastoralists. They are allowed to do their businesses in the forest. All of you are aware of it. But you kept quiet, hoping that somehow Tinubu will emerge as the president, or an Igbo man will come as the president, and your family will start enjoying. But in the meantime, you have no more farmlands, you have no more forests, you have nowhere you can call your own home. The same stupidity exhibited by Hausa peasants that enabled Fulani to take Sokoto from them. That enabled Fulani to take...
Let me pause it here. You see, I like, if I'm wrong, I am the first to come out to say I'm wrong. I'm telling you. You see this guy here? Now, I never supported IPOP. I'll be honest with you. I never did. I thought they were too aggressive, you know. I didn't believe in their cause. But now, I'm looking at all his videos. It looks as if this man saw the future. I'm telling you the truth. Everything he said in the past is happening now in our very before in Nigeria. I'm telling you, this man saw the future. And you know the one where they bust my head? Sunday Igboho, that probably did worse than him, is a chief in Yoruba land today. Militants, this Fulani militant that is causing mayhem in Nigeria today, they are repentant and are in Nigerian military as repentant militants. Guess what? This gentleman is still in prison in Nigeria under Jagaban government. Is it fair? It's not fair. It's wrong. This guy actually saw the future. I feel bad that I did not even listen to him or believe him. I feel bad. And he should not be in prison. It's wrong. If there's any atom of fairness in this country called Nigeria, Nnamdi Kanu should be a free man. If you guys don't want to host him in your country, then let him go back to his family in London. And as again, I have to accept for the first time in my life that Nigeria is actually a zone. Namazi Nnamdi Kanu Toka. If you release him to go home to his family, it's unfair. Fair is fair.
Let me most sincerely show my gratitude and thank you for opportunity of being part of your section. It was a very good listening how discussions go on. The first question people wonder is, why am I here? I'm just here to be able to start a conversation because I found out that the European Union, most countries of Europe and the Western world actually have little knowledge about Nigeria and Africa in general. And because of it, in their decision and their thinking, they really bring Africa into perspective. I said to them, it is time to rethink. Africa today is the last frontier of global development. It's the second biggest continent in terms of size in the world, the second biggest continent in terms of population. It's a continent that has the highest amount of natural resources. It's a continent that has vast or cultivated land, a continent with young population. 60% of African population today is young. But then it's a continent of mass poverty. Today, Europe, if I take Nigeria for example, Nigeria in terms of population is 50% of European Union population. You are about 450 million. We are over 240 million. So we over have 50% of your population. In terms of land size, Nigeria, Europe is about 4-point-something million square kilometers. Nigeria is about a quarter of that. Just Nigeria. But when you come to in terms of wealth, while Europe have a per capita of over $40,000, Nigeria, which is over 50% of your population, per capita is below about 2.5% of that of Europe. So you could see the potential with all the resources, the potential for growth. The nearest continent to Africa, to Nigeria, is Europe. So if Africa today turns around, the biggest beneficiary will be Europe. If it collapses, the consequence will affect you more. And I believe that we have so many commonalities that we can work together and everything. And what is the problem of Africa? The problem of Africa remains leadership. To have a political leadership that is competent, that have the capacity, compassion, commitment, and character to be able to deal with issues of corruption, law and order, focus on investing in critical areas of development, which is health, education, and pulling people out of poverty. It was discussed here that we have issue of killings, which again, people can say it's genocide, people can say it's Muslim versus Christians and everything. Are they killings? Are they criminality? Are they kidnapping? Yes. But we have to look at the issues that are driving this. When you have a huge population, for example, Nigeria have over 100 million people living in multidimensional poverty. There are millions of out-of-school children, or those who didn't even go to school at all. With mass poverty and mass uneducated people, you have room for easy recruitment for all forms of criminality, which is what is now driving us of killings that we need to deal with. And that we're moving around, I'm moving around and saying, we need support. We need you to help us to overcome this and be able to create a clear developing environment that will also benefit you, because it's a huge market for you, it's a huge advantage in terms of resources and everything. If Africa, especially Nigeria, is doing well, it's the most populous country in Africa. It's about 1/6 of African population is Nigeria. And it has all it takes to be a huge market that Europe, just like Africa, can have. And to turn around Africa, you must turn around Nigeria. Because it's a country that will drive the rest of Africa. To develop Africa, which will benefit you, you must start from Nigeria. So that's why I came to continue to start the conversation with you. Is not something, of course, I can take on tonight. It's something that I know that it requires several visits to be able to intimate you more on this commitment, on this trajectory that I want you to go down with us and be able to help us to turn around Africa, Nigeria in particular. So thank you for the opportunity of having a few minutes conversation with you.
Thank you very much.
It to happen. It doesn't happen overnight. It happened because there are people who are making the steps. And that is why you don't need to hate anybody. That is why this man, this Michael Arnold, keep on advising the Biafrans. If Biafrans eventually come together and speak with one accord, with one voice, and forget about this unity, that we are going to make it happen. How is it going to happen? Because united we stand and divided we destroy. And that is the mechanism that the Britain and the Nigeria have been using against us. They keep on dividing us so that we cannot speak one voice, because they know how powerful unity is. And that is why Mazen Nnamdi can keep on advocating that we should start strong and unite ourselves. The same thing to Mazen Samanepa. Mazen Samanepa advocate for the unity, that unity is so powerful that nobody temper with. But today, what is happening? Freedom is not given, freedom is taken. Take it by force. That is why it's called freedom. Do you know what it takes for you to be in your comfort zone where no one controls you as a slave? It is not an easy task. And that is why the Nigerian government are not find it funny to let the Biafrans go, because they know what it takes. They know what we can do. They know our capability. But all their effort is effortless because it have come too late. He doesn't know what it takes for your case to be discussed in a congressional center in Washington, D.C. He don't know what it takes. It takes a lot. It takes a more intellectual mindset to present the issues that concerns a nation like a Biafra to be discussed in a center of men, in a center of political figures. And today is happening for reality. Our own dear Prime Minister Mazen Samanepa said it clearly that he withdraw Nigeria government so close to the United Nations, and today is happening for real. Amazi Simon Ekpa assured us that whenever our dear mothers in diaspora start advocating for the restoration of Biafra, that will be rest assured that Biafra is in our own hand, that Biafra will surely be restored in our time. Every prophecy of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu come in fulfillment, except one thing that remains, only Biafra that left. And what do you think? That Biafra will not come. Biafra will come because the discussion is on the round table. Stop wasting your time. Come enjoy this movie train so that it will not left you behind. Please share this video. Spread the good news, because indeed it's a good news. Who am I? Only a messenger. If you love what we do here in this Global Love Channel TV, please don't hesitate to touch a half or subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. Whenever we upload a new video like this, you'll be the first person to be notified. And in doing that, we are encouraged not to do more, because togetherness, we shall save life together. Africa is always a great continent. In Biafra, Africa rise again. Till next time, see you in my next video. Bye for now. Thank you.